Are you struggling to find wholesale suppliers with products for you to sell on Amazon? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna share with you our 5-step process that's one of the simplest but most effective ways for you to never run out of suppliers to do business with. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time we post a new video about growing and scaling an Amazon FBA business. The strategy I'm going to be discussing today is one we've used for the past 4 years of selling on Amazon FBA, and it's what helped us build a lead list of over thousands of suppliers for us to place orders with. So step 1 is going to be choose your category. Now, this isn't that complicated. If you look on Amazon on the left-hand side, you'll have a list of all of the categories. What we recommend is to pick categories that have replenishable goods, such as grocery, beauty, health and household, home and garden. Stay away from categories such as electronics, apparel, and jewelry. Those have some of the highest return rates, and more often than not, when customers buy those once, they really don't return to that listing again. You want things that people keep in their house on a day-to-day basis. If your Seller Central account is kind of new, I really recommend starting with grocery, as those have the least amount of brands that are gated. And if you don't know what that means means that you're going to be blocked from listing those for a little bit of time until you can prove to Amazon that you're a trustworthy seller. Step 2 is really simple, and that's just utilizing Google Search and Google Maps. If you're from the US, you want to start in your local area. So let's just say you pick grocery, right? What you then want to do is just type in grocery distributors near me. It's going to bring up a list of all the grocery supplies and distributors that are in your local area. You want to start within a small city area, branch out to state, and then branch out to tri-state area, right? But let's say you're not in the US, right? And you're from out of the country selling. What you want to do is you want to look at these 3 main cities. These are the hub cities and the major cities in the US. These are going to be Miami, New York, and LA, right? And then start branching out from there, because those have the most distributors that we've seen in the US. One of the biggest mistakes we see with new sellers is that they'll do this exact strategy, but they'll stop at page 1 or after they have about 5 on the lead list. You don't want to do that. This is a volume game. If you type that in, you probably want to go all the way over to page 6, because most sellers stop at that first 5, and those generally aren't the best. This is a volume game, and you want to have as many suppliers to contact as possible when you first start off. Number 3 is going to be building your lead list. What does that mean? That's going to be building a list. You can use something like Google Sheets or Excel, and you want to take in all of the contact information available for these suppliers. So some things you want to make sure you have is the supplier name, address if available, website, and also their contact email and contact number. Most important things being that contact email. One tip for this step is before you add them to a lead list, just make sure to go on their website and check to see if the brands that they carry are brands that already sell on Amazon in high velocity. If these brands are not already sold on Amazon, more than likely it's a waste of time contacting a distributor, because we're looking to sell name brand products that people already know and trust. So if they don't carry those brands, just opt out of adding them to your lead list. If this video is helping you at all, make sure to hit that like button so it can just help our channel grow and continue to help sellers just like you. So step 4 is going to be sending out a mass email to all of the suppliers that you added to that list. We recommend adding about 50 before you send out that email, because what happens is some will respond right away, and some will take a few weeks to respond. So the more, the better. So build that list up to about 50, and then you're gonna use a tool called Gmass, which allows you to bulk send emails in a BCC format, so they don't even know you're sending all these other emails to other people. And then once you send that email out, you'll start getting the responses for you to get to that next step. So things to include in the email is really simple. You're gonna include the name of your company, your name, where you're located, that you're willing to do business. And a little key tip is just tell them, an estimate of how much you're willing to spend with them. It could be $1,000, it could be 10,000, whatever, but just give them an idea, because that number really catches their attention and makes them more inclined to respond. And at the end of the email, you're just gonna tell them, look, we're looking to open a wholesale account with you. And that's it. The last tip for step 4, sending out that mass email, is do not say you're an Amazon seller, right? There are so many people that try to sell on Amazon, and they really give Amazon sellers a bad name because they ended up emailing these companies and not doing business with them. So sometimes some suppliers will think it's a waste of time to deal with Amazon sellers. Say something like, I'm a retailer, maybe online retailer, I'm a distributor in my area, just something else other than Amazon seller. If they ask, don't lie. just let them know that you sell on other platforms, but Amazon is one of your sales channels. That's a key tip. Make sure you don't say you're an Amazon seller in your entry email, but if they ask, don't lie. It's gonna cause more problems than you want. All right, on to the last step. This is called just the follow-up outreach, right? And this is for all those suppliers that just didn't get back to you. Either they didn't respond via email, or you reached out to them again, and by the second email, they fell off. So the next thing you wanna do is, hey, shoot them a second or third email. Hey, I just wanna make sure that you received my last email. They might not be ignoring you on purpose. You have to understand these distributors get a whole ton of emails. They might have just missed it, right? So you wanna send that second follow-up email. And then lastly, when you have time, especially if you think it's a distributor that's going to be able to generate you a lot of money, like they have great brands that you would love to sell, what you do is give them a call, right? All of them should have a contact number. Just give them a ring when you have a chance. Hey, did you see my email? Just wanted to make sure you got it. We're really interested in doing business with you and opening up that wholesale account. After that, you have the 5 steps, you're ready to go. If you're looking for more help starting and growing your Amazon business, be sure to check out our free FBA course in video format so it's really easy to digest below in the description. And it'll help you start making your first $1,000 in net profit per month. All right, so now you know how to find suppliers and you're gonna be building a pretty large lead list. The next thing you need to do is open wholesale accounts, right? So please check out this video here and we'll be going through all of the steps you need to get that account open so you can start purchasing with them. Thanks.